Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how are we doing? Happy, was it Wednesday? Victory Wednesday, I'm going to say. What a week this has been. The 49ers, obviously, we know division round coming up this Saturday. 49ers, Packers. There's so much to talk about, but we got some big news that we need to talk about right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Branch, he reported this today that Trent Williams is returning next year, or he expects to return next year for his 14th season in the NFL. We've been worried about this. Like I've been worried. Is Trent Williams coming back? Is he going to retire this year? I mean, there's still so much, obviously, that could go on in the next couple of months. But as of right now, as of what we're talking about today, Trent Williams is expected to return next year. That is huge. What is going on, everybody? I'm hyped, man. Drop a dub in the chat. Like, this is huge news for the 49ers. Trent Williams, left tackle galore, Hall of Famer, expected to come back for one more season next year, or at least one more season. But that's huge, man. He's not done. Imagine he wins a Super Bowl and he runs it back to back. Like, this is huge because the 49ers, when Trent Williams is gone, they're going to have a gaping hole at left tackle. This guy loves the 49ers. I don't know if you guys saw earlier today. He bought Deebo Samuel a Rolex for his birthday. Like, this man loves the team. He's so happy to be on the Niners. He's never been on a team like the 49ers. Washington, right? He was this amazing all-pro talent, and it just didn't treat him right. And he finally got to go to a team that, you know, is a winning team. And you can tell that how much he loves and he's embraced this organization. Although I'm trying to pull up all the articles and stuff. This guy is amazing. And now they can draft a lineman and let Trent kind of train him and get him kind of rolling, you know what I mean? And get him up to speed. Because if they just lose Trent Williams without anything, it's going to be tough to replace him. And now you can get Trent, get a replacement, and absorb it a little bit better if he intends to return next season, right? So 49ers, Trent Williams intends to play next season. And the reason why, he wants to break a record. So Trent Williams recently became the 8th offensive lineman ever with at least 11 Pro Bowl selections, okay? While he may not catch up to Bruce Matthews, who holds 14 career selections, he's within striking distance of tying the number 2 spot occupied by Randall McDaniel, Jim Otto, and Will Shields. Each has 12 selections. So Williams is one of 4 offensive tackles to earn 11 Pro Bowl selections. The others are Anthony Munoz, Jonathan Ogden, and Willie Roaf. One more, he will stand alone at his position. So Trent Williams wants to become the most decorated offensive tackle in the NFL history. So he wants to have the Pro Bowl record for the tackles in his career. That's what he's coming back for. So this is the quote. This is from 49er Web Zone. If you want to check out the article, he says, "I'm not an emotional guy. I didn't cry or nothing, so I don't got writing that, but I did take me back a little bit. I remember just dreaming about making my first Pro Bowl and just thinking that, what do I have to do to get into that conversation? What do I have to do?" This is when he found out he joined 11-time Pro Bowlers. He goes, "And then now, fast forward in my 11th straight Pro Bowl, 11 straight." He goes, "There was actually 1-year gap in 2019. He says, "And it's one of the moments where you're like, wow, you're working so hard. You look back and you're like, dang, accomplished all that." He says, "I want to break the record for tackles, and that's a big thing for me. So I definitely dropped to my knees and thank God, because that's not promised. You can have an amazing Hall of Fame career and still don't see 11 Pro Bowls." So he says, "I'm super proud of that." So Trent Williams, not only is just coming back, is great for the Niners. This man wants to cement his legacy in the all-time books of the NFL. This man is a legend. 11-time Pro Bowls. He wants to set the record, the standard. That's amazing, man. Trent Williams is amazing. And it's not that he's just coming back, right? According to this article, he's coming back at a Pro Bowl. He wants to be a Pro Bowler. So that doesn't mean he's just going to come out there and not play good and not train hard. This is Trent Williams. He trains relentlessly. He's a unbelievable player, and he's going to come out there and play the best football of his life like he always does. So he's going to give it 110%. I love this news. I'm so happy for Trent. I'm so happy for the 49ers, because left tackle is going to be a big position that they're going to have to deal with when it's all said and done. But give us another year. Hopefully he wins this ring. Trent Williams deserves a ring. Man, this man deserves a championship more than any player in the league right now. I hope that we get him that ring. And I hope that next year he gets that 12th Pro Bowl. Because that's monumental, man. That's so cool. I love Trent, man. April says this man is on a mission. Absolutely. Steven says we love Trent Williams. I love Trent. I love him with all my heart. I need to get me a Trent Williams jersey. You know what? When it's all said and done, I need to get me a T-Dub jersey. I can't believe I do have one, but it's too big. It was one that someone gifted me, so it wasn't one that I purchased. I need to get my own Trent Williams jersey. I do have one, but I won it from I think I got it from someone. But I do. I need to get like a legit one that I could wear. Man, what a goat. Shade says Trent was a 4th overall pick in 2010. 2010. Whoo! Off Joe says Trent holding that Lombardi, it's going to hit differently. When he holds that Lombardi, oh, it's going to be super nice. Super caliente. It's going to be nice. I can't wait for Trent to hold that Lombardi, man. Christine says this team is on a mission to get 6. Trent is on a mission. I love Trent Williams, and this guy is the ultimate teammate. You could just see how proud he is of Brock Purdy. A couple weeks ago, right when they clinched the division and they clinched the number 1 seed in the locker room, where he's hugging Brock Purdy, like he hugged Brock Purdy like it's his little brother, like it's his son. He hugged him with all his heart, man. I love Trent Williams, how much he loves this team. He went and bought Deebo Samuel a Rolex for his birthday. That's love, man. This guy loves this team. I bet you in his mind, he's like, all right, man, here's a Rolex. Get me a ring, baby. Get me a ring. I need you to go out there and dominate on the field Sunday, Deebo. 2021, when you came to Lambeau, you put the team on your back, Deebo. Do it again. Do it again. I'm excited. We got Arik Armstead healthy. We got Juwan Jennings healthy. This team is full of dogs, man. This is a dog. This team is great. But you know what? It didn't come without any trash talk today. If y'all saw, we got to talk about. You guys saw all the trash talk today. Let's get to it. So first and foremost, there was some crazy ESPN media outlet. Y'all heard the news. Y'all saw it. Green Bay media, they're advocating to get late hits against Brock Purdy. Like take a hit, 15 yards, right? Just take a deep hit on him early in the game, rough him up a little, soften up Brock Purdy. I cannot believe that they were sitting there and condoning this. Like that is the craziest take. To sit there and say that they should purposely aim for Brock, try to take him out is just nasty work. That's nasty work. That's media that just shouldn't be saying that. This is an ESPN radio host. Like, how can you say that? Richard Sherman, I don't know if you saw Richard Sherman. He responded to this. He tweeted, I love Richard Sherman. So he says, this is disgusting and has no place anywhere in sports or sports commentary. He goes, there's never a scenario where it's okay for any person or team. That's disgusting to me, right? He goes, this is what, he said. He goes, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Always a hot start. He goes, he says, basically, if I'm the Packers, I'm going to take a late hit on Brock Purdy to soften him up, and that's okay. He says it's okay. You want to rough him up, make him feel your pressure, and you want to be physical, set the tone. I mean, yes, you can be physical. You could try to rough up a player, but to purposely get a 15-yard late hit penalty is nasty work. That I cannot believe that he said that. Unbelievably classless. I love that Sherman stood up for the Niners. This guy is the hero that we've all kind of rooted for over the years. Like when Sherman was on Seattle, I could never imagine him sitting there vouching for the Niners and being the voice of reason. I love Sherman. But man, oh man, that was disgusting to hear. Disgusting to hear. Very disgusting to hear. And you know what else was crazy today? So there's bulletin board material from the Packers. So Packers, Devontae Wyatt. All right. Devontae Wyatt says when defensive linemen just get pressure into him, he's always throwing off, or it's behind them, or it's overthrown or short. This is what Devontae Wyatt said about Brock Purdy. He says, when you get pressure on him, it's a guarantee we'll get a turnover. A guarantee. This man, Devontae Wyatt, said it's a guarantee to get a turnover if you pressure Brock Purdy. Okay, check this. Brock Purdy led NFL this season in passer rating when pressured. When he pressured Brock Purdy, he led the league in passer rating. But this man, Devontae Wyatt said, when you get pressure on him, it's a guaranteed turnover. Bulletin board material. The Packers are getting a little too cocky, and I love it. The 49ers are going to look at this quote and say, okay. Brock Purdy's going to say, okay, baby boy. Time for me to cook. I cannot wait for Saturday after hearing this, after seeing the media just absolutely trash Brock Purdy and for what they said in Green Bay. I am so ready for Saturday. And for Trent Williams now coming back, this is a great weekend in the wings waiting. I am so sick and tired of this Green Bay media. I'm so tired of the haters of Brock Purdy. And you know what? The last time someone doubted Brock Purdy and says, all you got to do is pressure this man, and I've watched the film and this and that, Brock Purdy sliced them and diced them. Patrick Peterson, remember the name. He got sliced and diced. I can't wait for Brock Purdy to slice up the haters. Oh, my God, I'm waiting. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Why is everybody praying on the downfall of Brock Purdy just because he's the last pick in the draft? And you want to know a cool stat? Check it out. Every quarterback left in the playoffs is a first-round pick, except Brock Purdy. He's the last pick in the draft. We all know that. Look at this. Jared Goff, number 1 pick in 2016. Baker Mayfield, number 1 in 2018. C.J. Stroud, number 2 last year. Number 7 in 2018, Josh Allen. Number 10 in 2017, Patrick Mahomes. Number 26 in 2020, Jordan Love. And number 32 in 2018, Lamar Jackson. Brock Purdy, number 262 in 2022. Against all odds, man. I can't wait, man. Brock Purdy catches so many strays. The media hates him. Players are trashing him. They just love to poke fun at Brock Purdy. And he makes you look so stupid. Like, why would you give the 49ers? Why would you give Brock Purdy? Bulletin board. Why would you sit there and say, when you pressure him, it's a guaranteed turnover? I cannot wait, guys. This is going to be a Brock Purdy masterclass. I can't wait. What do you guys feel? Yeah, Steven, he says he poked the bear. Wyatt poked the bear. My man Minded says great news about Trent. Man, depressed Niner fan says this man is just doing his job. And he's getting hate for doing his damn job. He's doing his job, ladies and gentlemen. Man. My man 49er Minded says, I had no idea that was Mark Shimura when I saw that video. What a bad look for him. Yeah. And that's crazy because it's the media in ESPN, right? And Mark Shimura, a former player on the Packers. You would think you'd know better. You're a former player. To sit there and give another team bulletin board material, that's a terrible look. That's a terrible look. April says, Brock Purdy has ice in his veins. Let them try to rattle him. Won't work. He won't. You know, I love Brock. You know, if you guys saw the Steve Young and Brock Purdy sit-down interview today, which was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I don't know if you guys saw it, but 49ers, they had Steve Young sit down and interview Brock Purdy, the one of the most legendary quarterbacks of all time for the 49ers, my favorite player of all time, sat down with Brock Purdy, the new franchise quarterback. This guy, you know, we seen Brock, and he's that guy. He could be the next Steve Young on this team. And it was one of the best, most refreshing conversations like I've ever listened to. I was like, wow, man, Brock getting respect from Steve. And Steve was just in awe of this guy. And he asked him, he goes, how are you not rattled? How are you so calm and poised? And he says, you know, that's just me. I've been in tough situations. I don't let it faze me. He goes, I just got to stay calm. And he goes, I got my faith in God. And just such a young, humble man. Like he said, you know, I believe in my players. I believe in my abilities. And then they asked him, you know, what is your mindset? Everybody says, you know, you're this scrub of a player, basically. You're not like Josh Allen. You're not Patrick Mahomes and Lamar. He goes, yeah, that's right. I'm not them. He goes, and they're not me. He goes, I'm myself. I know who I am. When he said that, I was like, man, this guy is so humble. He's not going to take a shot at anybody. He knows people take shots at him, and he can't control that. He can't control what other people think about him. He just knows that all I can do is go on the field and show what I can do with my abilities on the field. And that's going to back up who I am. I know who I am. And they're not me. I'm not them. It is what it is. Like, he is so humble. And I don't know how you can hate Brock Purdy. I don't know how you can. He's so good, man. Oh, he's so good. And it was so cool to see Steve Young on Brock Purdy. Like, how cool was that, man? I hope Steve Young does more of that. That was one of my favorite pieces of content the 49ers have done all year. Right? Yeah. My man, Depressed Niner says he was praising them too, and he was still getting hate. It's crazy because in the comments, people were like, "Oh, Brock, he's just a quarterback." He was literally saying, like, those guys are great. I'm not them. They're not me. I know who I am. Like, he's just saying, like, they're great guys, but that's not who I am. I'm Brock Purdy. I love that guy. He's so good, man. Oscar Joseph's prime Steve in this offense would throw over 6,000 yards with 60 touchdowns. He might. He might have. He probably would. Susan says, F the haters. We need to get the Lombardi to shut their asses up. If the 49ers get that Lombardi, nobody can talk. Nobody can say anything. They got 3 games to go. 3 games to go, ladies and gentlemen. And nobody can say a word. I can't wait for it. My man, 49ers throwback. Shout out to my boy. He says Brock is only going to get better. He is. He's only, was he 23 years old? He's only getting better, guys. It's crazy. He's so young. He's so young. I love him. He's so humble, man. He's so precious. He's a wholesome quarterback. Like, when he talks, he doesn't sit there. He's not cocky. He doesn't talk trash. He just believes in himself, and he believes in his team. And that's all you want. You just want a quarterback that's going to give you a good opportunity, give you a chance to win, and be calm and poised and confident. And that's what he is. He's so confident, man. Like, you can't teach someone to be confident. Confidence is tough in anything. So, come on, man. 49ers throwback. He says, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you, faithful. Appreciate you. Julius Calloway says, it's crazy he has this much hate despite coming off a UCL surgery in the offseason. This man gets so much hate. Like, so much. I kind of love it. You know what? Now I can see, like, and I'm not saying he's Tom Brady yet. I'm not saying he's Joe Montana yet. I'm not saying he's, Patrick Mahomes. He's not that level yet. He's good, though. But the thing is, now when you see people have success, people hate them so much. Like, successful players, successful athletes, successful people hate me on Instagram or social media because I'm successful at social media. People hate my guts. I trust you, promise you. They hate me so much sometimes. Joe Montana was hated, right? Tom Brady was hated because they're successful. They win. People are sick and tired of seeing them win all the time. I was a Tom Brady hater. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, great people, great players get hated on. And Brock Purdy is playing great. He's winning. He's that guy. He is making other teams look silly. People lose to him, so they're mad. They're upset. They don't get it. They don't understand. And they're sick to their stomach, man. I love it. I love it. Because the more Brock Purdy wins, the better he does, the more hate he's going to get. Because you know what? Success comes with a bag of haters. You know what? It is what it is. The more successful he's going to be, he's going to get haters. And it's fine because he's just going to have to prove them wrong. And when it's all said and done, they'll respect him because he won in the face of adversity. He won in the face of animosity. He won in the face of people that doubted him. And when you keep on doing that, people will respect you when it's all said and done. They won't respect him now. But when he hangs it up, and if he has a great career, a legendary career, people are going to be like, man, that guy was good, man. That guy was good. He was the last pick in the draft. And now, he did this and this and this. If he gets multiple Pro Bowls, if he wins a Super Bowl, if he wins an MVP, and he has all these accolades, people are not going to be able to hate him. They're going to just be able to respect his game. That's it. Because there are so many players in sports, in any sport, that I was like, man, I can't stand this guy. I can't stand this team. But when they hang it up, you're like, respect to that, man. Respect to that guy's career. Like, who's the guy that just retired? Jason Kelce, right? I hate the Eagles with a passion. I hate the Eagles. But, he's reportedly retired. Although today he says he hasn't officially, announced it on his podcast, whatever. But when I saw the post yesterday, I was like, man, that's sad. I feel bad for the guy. The guy was a great player, legendary. I got no hate for the guy. I respect the hell out of this guy. He just happened to play on a team that I can't stand, right? And they beat the Niners. But, man, Jason Kelce, respect the hell out of that guy. So, I mean, that's the thing. When you're great, when you're a legend, on and off the field, when it's all said and done, people will respect you, and that's what Brock Purdy's going to do. So, it's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. My man, Osteo says, Brady didn't get his first MVP and All-Pro until 7 to 8 seasons later. It took him a little time to get some respect, but once he started cooking, he was cooking. So you never know. Brock's just going to get better and better with age, man. Ethan says, crazy comparison with Stroud and Purdy. Not hating on CJ. He's a baller. But if Brock does the same thing, it's the system. People are just hating to hate. Yeah, anytime Brock has success, it's the system. It's the system. It's the receivers he has. It's the Yak Bros. It's CMC. It's Trent Williams. It's everybody else except Brock Purdy. CJ Stroud, no doubt. No disrespect. The guy's doing it. He's doing it. But it's because he's a top-round pick. He's a number 2 pick of the draft. So they expect him to be great, and he's great. Nobody expects Brock Purdy to be good. It's like, why? They find a reason. They want to know, why is he good? Why is he doing this? Why is Brock Purdy winning? What is the reason? They can't accept it in their brain. But for us, it's amazing. And I love Brock Purdy. But good news today. A lot of good news. Ulrich Armstead was a full participant in practice. You'd love to hear that. Drake Greenlaw returned to practice today. Achilles injury he's been dealing with. He's back. Pretty much everybody's back. George Odom back in practice. Like, we're getting George Odom back. 49ers are healthy. This is the healthiest they've been. Full go. Christian McCaffrey yesterday. It's good news, man. This is a great, great, great set of news. And now that Trent Williams is back for next year, I think that's the juice that's going to put this team over the top. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly feel like this news today with Trent Williams announcing his return next season, I think it's like a shot of adrenaline for this team, because I think the team was like, oh, hell yeah, Trent. Okay, let's go. Let's win this for Trent and let him come back next year as a champion. Like, I think this news was more for the team to say, hey, yo, guys, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not bailing on you. Let's roll. Let's get this chip. That's what I take out of Trent Williams come back. But everybody's healthy. Everybody's on board. All hands on deck, man. I think the 49ers have a great, great setup. No disrespect to the other teams. Lions and Bucks, much respect for getting where they are. Green Bay, much respect. But I feel like 49ers are being overlooked. It's recency bias, right? The 49ers didn't play this weekend. They rested their starters. The last time they played, they lost. People are forgetting about the 49ers, how good they are, how good of a season they had. Packers did great. They beat Dallas. Amazing. And people are on that, oh, my God, Green Bay. They look great. They look great. Prisoner of the moment. Tampa Bay, wow, what a win against the Eagles. Although it's, to me, more of an Eagles collapse. And Detroit, they're the flavor of the month. Oh, my God, they went to the playoffs for the first time in years. They won their division in the first time in 32 years. Everybody's hyping them. People kind of forgot about the 49ers. They're the number 1 seed. They got 7 All-Pros, 9 Pro Bowlers. People are forgetting about the 49ers, and that's dangerous. I feel like the Packers might be a little bit overconfident. That was a great win for them. But the 49ers also dominated the Cowboys. People forget. Brock Purdy, MVP candidate. People forgot. Christian McCaffrey, fully healthy, ready to roll. Christian McCaffrey was an MVP candidate the whole season. He's still an MVP candidate in my eyes. People are forgetting how good the 49ers. Which link do you need, SG? I don't have the link for the show. I'll have to do a call-in show at some. I haven't done that in a minute. I'll have to set that up next time. Christine says the Niners do better as underdogs. You know what? It's a different year, though. They are the favorites. They're favored by everybody, a 10-point favorite. I think all the media, all the analysts on NFL Network are picking them. So we'll see. My man, Depressed Niner fan, says, I hate myself for still being nervous for Saturday. I mean, it comes with the territory because, again, we just talked about how great the 49ers team is. Look how great this team is. Amazing. Absolutely phenomenal how good this team is. But here's the thing. If the 49ers lose, we're all going to be sick to our stomach. Now, I don't think they will. But, again, you never know. Any given Sunday, that's why you play the games. You never know how the ball is going to break. I mean, I hate to bring it up, but I remember Kyle Williams, Giants, 49ers, playoff game. There's no reason the 49ers should have lost that game again. You know, we had some miscues in the special teams game, and our hearts were ripped out against it. So if something like that happens and you lose to the Packers, we're going to be disgusted. So I can understand why people are nervous. We've had bad luck over the years. Like, if you really think about this team, like going back, because I go way back, in the 90s, especially the Packers ended the 49ers season so many times. I remember sitting here as a kid, like, as a teenager, and just, like, crying, pissed, upset, so mad. You know, when they have those memes of that kid, like, playing Madden after the game, like, trying to beat the team that just beat us. That was me. I was like, oh, my God, I'm so pissed. I locked the door, turned on Madden, threw it on, and I'm sitting there playing the Packers, running up the score, scoring 100 points on those fools, throwing 10 touchdowns to Jerry Rice because I was pissed off. You never know what's going to happen. So you never know. And then, then they had their run of bad years. Then they got better again. And then they lost in the playoffs. Heartbreaking. Kyle Williams. And then Richard Sherman ripping the heart out of Michael Crabtree. And then the playoffs. And then the Super Bowl. We all know what happened with the Ravens. And then again in the Super Bowl. And then the freaking Rams. Jaquaski Tart. There's been lots of heartbreak. So I can understand why you're nervous. Man, throwback says the fan forecast is projecting a 97% Niners home crowd to the NFC division round per Nick Wagner. Yeah, it's going to be electric, man. And I'll be there. I think I'm going to go and join this faithful 97%. I'll be part of that 97% because that's amazing, man. This is a playoff game. You never know when the playoffs are going to come again, and you just never know. We've been through so many years of dog trash teams. You got to make the most of it. I live close. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to go to the playoff game. So I'll go to one playoff game. It's going to be the divisional game. It's the cheaper game of the games. So I'm going to go. I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to be there with the Niner fans screaming my head loudly. I can't wait. 97%. And Green Bay fans travel well. I've been to many games where the Green Bay Packers played the 49ers, and they have a strong contingent of fans there. So the fact that they're projecting 97% fans in Levi Stadium, all Niners, that's amazing, man. They are not giving up their tickets. They are not giving up their tickets to those Green Bay Packers, man. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll stay on for a few more minutes. Make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions, let me know. I want to talk to you guys about this game. There's good news, right? Trent Williams is coming back, and I'm hyped up. So let's go on for 5 more minutes. Drop some questions. We'll answer them as much as we can. And I'm excited for this game. My man Flood says, let's effing go, Rod. Going to be in the building. See you there. Yeah, definitely hit me up. Try to link up with you before the game. We'll take a pic, and we'll say what's up to each other, man. I'm hyped up for this one, man. I don't know. What jersey are you guys wearing to the game? What are you wearing to the game? I might wear a George Kittle jersey. I think I'm going to wear a Kittle because I feel Kittle's going to go off on this game. I don't know. I might be wearing a Kittle. Maybe the Trent. Maybe I'll get a Trent shirt. Or maybe the Brock. I don't know. There's too many options. Be loud, faithful. The forecast right now, as of now, it's not going to rain. Let's take a check. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for the weekend, shall we? I know last time I checked, it wasn't going to rain. Let's see. Santa Clara this weekend. So it's going to rain Sunday, 80% chance of rain on Sunday, 75% chance on Monday. Don't get your car washed on this weekend. Saturday, no rain, 53 for the low, 60 degree for the high. Cloudy, no rain, baby. It's going to rain Friday. Look at this. It's going to rain Friday. Not going to rain Saturday. It's going to rain Sunday and Monday. The football weather gods, they made sure that it's not going to rain on Saturday. Look at that. That's amazing. It's going to rain Friday, Sunday, and Monday, and not Saturday. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That is amazing. My man Peter Park says, I'm going to rock my home red Trey jersey. Okay. The Trey jersey. Oh, my God. I'll see you there. I'll see you. I'll look for your Trey jersey. Oh, man. California man says, I'm wearing my Brock Purdy jersey. Let's go. My man Hunter says, last year's wildcard game vibes at the stadium were immaculate. It was immaculate. I was there. That was a fun game against Seattle. That was a great crowd. It was rocking. I think I wore my Debo jersey that game, and Debo scored in that game. I remember they tried to hurt him. Remember they tried to hurt his leg, and then he scored in the first play of the second half, or second play of the second half. That was crazy. My man Brian says, repping 5-4. Enrique says, Kittle over the middle all day Saturday. Christine says, Kittle and Debo are going to go crazy. I think so, because Green Bay is susceptible over the middle. Can't cover the tight ends. I think they're going to put Debo in the slot, get him away from Jair. Don't let Jair shadow him. So, going to be nice. Brown with 2 interceptions. Custom throwback straight from the team's equipment team. Custom throwback. What? You got it from the equipment team? Okay. My man, roll it. You got it like that. Danny says, I'll be wearing my Fred Warner jersey because I'll be watching the game from home. Let's go, man. How many sacks, Patrick says? I don't know. I think if you can get pressure on Love, you gotta finish the job because Jordan Love's really good under pressure, so he's a good quarterback. You got to get him in his, you got to hit him in the mouth, got to make him uncomfortable. I think they'll get 3 sacks. Bosa, I think, gets one. I think Chase gets one, and I think Armstead gets one. Is Jair Brown playing on Saturday? From what I understand, he should be playing. He's healthy. He's back in practice. I think Tashawn Gibson and Jair Brown will be playing. But I also think Logan Ryan will be in the mix because the veteran, Kyle likes him, and I think he likes to have veterans out there. My man Anthony says Purdy's going to make it rain dimes. I like that. My man Ostjo says, I hope by the second half or by halftime, we're preparing for the NFC Championship game. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see. My man says, I'm wearing my black Vapor Kittle jersey. All right. For 1,000,000 yards. Going to rep Debo. Maybe wearing my all-white Purdy jersey. Okay, I like it. I need to get a Purdy. Are they wearing red? Yes, they're wearing red. CMC breaking the Russian record for divisional round would be crazy. Ready for the red end zones? Yeah, it's going to be sick. Be crazy. CMC later. I like the name. He says, Arik and Third and Juwan are back. Yes, they are. Both of them are back. Back in practice this week. Going to be good stuff. Alexandra says, I'm wearing a different jersey every quarter from home. Let's go. Wearing a Steve Young throwback. I think I wore a Steve Young jersey to the playoff game last year. I wore Debo, and then I wore the second playoff game I went to, I think the Cowboys. I wore the Steve Young one. So, see. Hufanga jersey. Ooh, I like it. It's going to be a fun one. That's a good one. So, it's going to be exciting times this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Good news. Let's recap. Trent Williams. He said he's returning next year. I love to hear it. Monumental news for the 49ers. That's a great news going into this game. The 49ers getting a lot of hate, as we saw. Green Bay media hating. Said they should get a cheap shot on Brock Purdy and deal with it. Ridiculous. Can't believe that. Kudos to Richard Sherman for having the 49ers back on that. And Brock Purdy getting hate from the Packers defensive lineman, saying you get on his face, he'll throw turnovers. So it's going to be a fun weekend, man. I can't wait for all of it so we can keep the receipts. I cannot wait to pull all the receipts on Saturday night if the 49ers get this dub. You guys have a good rest of your night. I love you. Bang, bang. Niner gang. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe. Y'all have a good one. Go Niners.